Hey everybody. 90 days ago exactly, I started a video marketing journey of building my brand using video. And so I gave myself a personal challenge of recording 100 videos in 100 days. I recorded a video in the first week and I announced my goal. I just made it known to the world that I was going to be taking on this challenge. And I got to be honest with you, I hoped that I could do it, but I wasn't sure. I knew it was going to be a lot of work to be able to do this. And today, on what is today, September 6, 2020, I am proud to be telling you that I am recording this video as I approach, which is video number 90 of 100, as I approach the 90% mark towards my goal. And so I'm just recording this video to give you a quick update. And so when you're going after a goal, hitting the 90% mark, ain't gonna lie, it's pretty refreshing feeling. You know that you're going to hit your goal. There is nothing that's going to stop you. Those of you that have ever done running, when you start getting that side ache and it's starting to hurt and it takes everything you have to keep going, but then your second wind kicks in, and when that does, you have this momentum and this energy that just drives you. And so that's what 90 videos out of a goal of 100 feels like right now for me. And so at the start of my goal, it was really simple. And my goal, and it is still my goal today, is to become a dominant authority in my industry, which is Google advertising. My agency, WSI Priority Media, we specialize in Google Ads, SEO, and we specialize in web design. But as I was designing my channel and my brand and how I'm going to approach my video marketing strategy, for me, instead of choosing all three topics, I instead chose to stay in one lane and master that one lane. I honed in on Google Ads because I really especially enjoy Google Ads quite a bit. I love talking to people about the subject. There's just a lot to know. It's changing daily. Google owns YouTube, and so video marketing is a natural part of Google advertising. They're all built into the same dashboard. And so unlike Facebook ads, which are interruption advertising, Google and YouTube ads are based on intent. People go to YouTube when they want to learn something or research something that they need. And then they go to Google when they're shopping for something. And so I wanted to grow my YouTube channel, but I really didn't know how. So I started searching and I started taking as many courses on video marketing strategy that I could get my hands on. There was one course that absolutely resonated with me, and it's the Video Marketing Ninja course by someone who has become a really dear friend to me. And his name is Uzair Karawala. He's from the UK, and he is doing unbelievable things with his marketing strategy that very few people are. His videos, they are ranking for every major search term that he's going after. He is giving Neil Patel. Neil Patel is the king of SEO. There's very few digital marketing keywords that you can put in and not have Neil Patel ranking at the very top. And Uzair is giving Neil Patel a competition for his online term dominance. And you'll see many keywords where he is right up there, side by side with Neil Patel, not just for one term, but many, many, many terms. And so let me show you really quickly. This is his course. It's called Video Marketing Ninja, and it is a very, very straightforward step-by-step course. And this was the best course that I took out of all of them. And it is to this day, this video that you're watching today is a result of me just becoming a great student and following along, what my friend Uzair has taught me. And his formula is just a video a day. And, Uzair has now just become a very, very dear friend. And what's really neat is I've been able to pattern my video channel after his, or my YouTube channel after his. When I, saw his YouTube channel at the beginning of the year, which is now here in 2020 before COVID hit, he was sitting at about 9,000. And I saw him, break to 10,000 and then 11,000 and then 12,000. And it's like this exponential growth curve that goes faster and faster. But he had started 2.5 years ago, and he went on faith over and over again, just dropping videos and sharing them. And And he just was patient, knowing that it will grow exponentially. And I'm seeing it explode for him. And it's really cool because he was out here at the beginning of the year, February-ish maybe, or thinking something like that. I may be off a little bit, but it was awesome. He and I got to visit the YouTube studios in LA. But in order to get in, you have to have 10,000 subscribers. And he had just hit 10,000 subscribers, and we were so excited. We were down in LA. It's in Redondo Beach, and if you've never been there before, it's just amazing. This massive, long gray building that's YouTube Studios, and right next door to it is one that just matches it. It likes two long pillars, and that's Google. And we can get in because he had 10,000 subscribers, and we were so excited. The only thing we forgot, it was a Saturday, and they were closed. So it was me and him standing in front of a locked door, but we got some great pictures in front of the YouTube studios with the helicopter that's out in front. And we got some great lunch over in, I think it was Santa Monica on the pier. And we just got to talk about YouTube marketing and Google ads. And he's just become an incredible friend. And so his course, I honestly can't speak, more highly about. And so everything that I do in my channel is just really patterned after things that, he teaches in his course. And so my goal to start was 100 videos and 100 subscribers. And as of this day, I am sitting at 90 videos and 72 subscribers. But I can remember times where 3-4 weeks had gone by and I did not get a single subscriber during that time period. And, lately though, it's really gaining steam, and it seems like we're adding subscribers now every day, that exponential growth that I was talking about. And that's how YouTube works. You develop page authority, and then it gains critical mass, and then you grow exponentially. And a side benefit of this is that I'm becoming an authority in my industry. I get to teach a lot of people about Google Ads and help a lot of people, with their Google Ads and their video marketing strategy. And I'm getting marketing clients who I now manage Google Ads and YouTube ads campaigns for as a result of my videos. And so I'm not stopping at 100 videos. That was just my proof of concept. That was my first goal, that I know that, okay, I got this and I'm on my way. My journey has officially begun. And I'll record an update on day 100, and I'm going to bring you up to date and letting you know how I'm doing on that day. My next goal after 100 is I'm going to hit 500, and then I'm going to hit 1,000, and then I'm going to hit 5,000 and 10,000. And my long-term goal is I will have 100,000 subscribers. But step by step, we'll get there through the power of perseverance. See, I don't give up. I read this great book, and if you've never read it, you got to check it out. It's called Grit, and it is an amazing book. She compares brilliant, gifted people with people who have shown grit, that just persevered and never gave up. And she has studied, classes of just, kids in school, from athletes through, I think it was like West Point graduates, which is a tough, curriculum. And you have these super bright, gifted people. And then you have the people that just were maybe not so bright and not gifted, but just had the power of persistence and perseverance, and how over and over again this group always performed, not always, but for the most part, this group of just the geniuses oftentimes rose, but oftentimes hit a lot of brick walls, where the people that persevered, it just kept on going, like that tortoise and hare story. And it gives me hope, because I know that I'm not a genius by any means, but I do know that I never give up. When I want a goal bad enough, I will go after it until I achieve it. I imagine the Grand Canyon in my mind, and if you have never visited the Grand Canyon and stood on that edge and looked down at what just the power of simple water flowing across, rocks will do over a long period of time. It's amazing. That's why it's one of the wonders of the world, right? I think it's one of the wonders of the world. If not, they should add that one. But it's just breathtaking. And it's the power of just perseverance when you stand there and you see that. And so I'm excited to give you this quick check-in in the very early stages of my YouTube video marketing strategy. And I challenge you to do the same thing for your business. And if you have grit and you want to build your brand on YouTube, then start recording a video every day and sharing it with your audience, and watch what great things will happen to you. And I'll give you some examples. I just, pulled some videos, through here. Like one of them, for example, here the channel analytics are really awesome. In the last 28 days, had 7,700 views in the last 28 days. My watch time, I had 524 hours of people watching me on YouTube in the last 30 days. I couldn't possibly go out there and speak to that many clients for 524 hours, but through the power of YouTube and video marketing, I was able to do that. It's awesome. I added 31 subscribers in the last 30 days. This represents almost half of my subscribers. And I have been doing this now for 90 days. And see how that critical mass is gaining. And so it's awesome just to watch your growth. And another cool thing, for example, one of my videos is Reach Planner in Google Ads. That's the keyword. And if you put that in here, bam, my video is #1. I just launched that 3 weeks ago. And because it's in that #1 spot, it's visible. And as people search this, it'll go from 39 to 100, and it'll go to 500, 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, 10, I don't know how high it'll go, but I know that it is there for people who are searching for it. And another cool thing is Google Ads forecasting tool. So anybody who's searching for that here inside of Google, again, that went out a month ago. It's at 32. It's ranked #1. That's also going to gain more and more and more momentum as well too. But let me tell you this, there are days that it's going to suck. I am not going to sugarcoat it. There are days that I don't want to record. I am too tired. I am not in the mood, and I just don't want to record video. But you know what I do? I suck it up and I do it anyways. I do CrossFit. I love CrossFit. I've been doing it now for 12 years, and I see most people that'll come to CrossFit and they quit within 3 to 6 months. That is the vast majority. Then there's another group that they seem to last maybe about a year or two, and then they give up. I developed a habit of working out 4 to 5 days a week. I put in my mind that this is the lifestyle of health that I want to live for the rest of my life, as long as I possibly can. And that's how I put it in my mind. And so I started entering competitions along the way, and I trained myself to keep going back to the gym day after day, whether I felt like it or not. And that just became a habit. Didn't matter how I feel, just got up and went anyways. Grit, the power of perseverance. Eventually, my daughter Juliana, when she was 14, she caught the bug. She joined CrossFit with me. She went through high school, and then in college, she became a CrossFit Level 1 certified coach. And we do CrossFit together to this day, and it's awesome. We have so much fun. We'll go do CrossFit, and we're lying on the floor just exhausted and beat up from our workout, and as we go out and we just talk about how tough it was, and how we just got through it, and how this other person did. And we'll go to farmer's market and we grab an orange juice and hummus and pita bread there, and we just have our little tradition. And so that's one of the blessings in my life from just never giving up, being able to pass it on to her, and she'll have a life of great health and fitness as well too. And so my video marketing strategy, like CrossFit, it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. I do not get hung up on the number of views or subscribers. I go on faith. I know that if I show up and I hit this, here's a record button right here. Every single day I hit that sucker. And I know if I show up right here and I hit that record button every day and I upload a video every day, you know what's going to follow? Subscribers and clients. It will happen. He that sows seeds abundantly reaps abundantly, and never forget that. And so, friends, I am excited to share this journey with you. I thank you for watching, and I wish you the best in your video marketing journey. And if you have any questions about video marketing strategies, or you just need help in any way, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Give me a buzz or message me at wsiprioritymedia.net. I will see you on the next check-in. Have a wonderful day.